Okay, so here we are in part 3 of our Stairway to Heaven project, and this is the part where we put the final melody into place to get the full-blown song. So to do that, when we sing the melody, we might notice that there are two notes. There's a lady who knows. That first two notes, there's a, come in before we actually get the harmony and the bass and the drums to go. So that's called a pickup, where you come in with a couple of notes before the full measure, and we have to account for that. So what I did is I dragged the instrument tracks out to the second measure, and that's very simple to do. You just click on the blue area here and hold down the left button mouse and drag them out. So you see now we have a full measure of nothing. So what I did is I came down here, I created another standard kit, and I'm using the drum machine kit. Now don't do this in the existing kits, because if you do, it will erase the work you've done on this track and the turnaround from our last lesson. So I came down here, I created a new drum track, and I came down to the piano roll, and I chose the stick, and that's going to give us a nice count-in of 4 beats. So if I play that, you hear that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to get that nice count in, and we'll know when to start our melody. Now the melody has to start on beat 3. It's going to be 2 quarter notes, 3, 4. So let's start putting in our melody line. And to do that, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to insert an instrument track. Now if you want to sing the melody, you could just do an audio track and record yourself singing. That would be fine. But in my case, I'm going to do an instrument track. So again, I'm going to click on the instrument track. I'm going to come down to the notation, and I'm going to start this song on an A, because the first chord is A minor, and it happens that A is the first note of the melody. So I'm going to come in here, and on beat 3, I'm going to place an A, and then I'm going to place a B. And they have to be 2 quarter notes, one on beat 3, so I'm going to just drag this out a bit. And I will tell you that it is a little bit of a challenge to put these notes in Mixcraft. If you want to put them in to Note Flight or Finale and then take that melody and bring it over as a MIDI file, you're perfectly welcome to do that. This might be easier if you're used to the notation with Mixcraft, but there are other ways to get the melody in. And because it's in MIDI format, the MIDI format will easily port into Mixcraft and vice versa. So I'm going to write out some of this melody and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so here I am back again, and as you can see, I've put in a lot of the notes. Now, putting the notes in for the melody of a song can be a little tricky, but a few things to keep in mind. In this case, the melody is pretty stepwise and actually a pretty simple melody to figure out. Use the instrument you play to play around with notes, to find where the notes are. Use a piano keyboard. Use Mixcraft itself to play the notes on the different spaces and lines, as you can see, just dragging them down. It's just practice. And if you make a mistake, you just fix the note after the mistake and you know that's the wrong note. So take your time and practice. Another tip is, if you know the chord, which remember we put the chords in and the harmonies, a lot of times there will be melody notes right off those chord notes. So those would be the first ones to try if you're trying to figure out and pick out the melody. So as you can see, I wrote out this melody, and you're free to use this for your own project if you need it. The other thing that I'm going to do is, because it's just a piano keyboard right now, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to choose flute, because I think the flute will make a nice sound on this song. And I change that to flute. And so now I'm going to just play it, going back, and this will be all the tracks playing together. Let's take a listen. Okay, so that's the song, and that's the first phrase, the first 8 measures. So use this to help you out to make your own song. And if you want to choose Stairway to Heaven or if you want to choose something else, that's your choice. And I'll see you on the other side. Take care.